Hello and welcome back to Sudoku with Tsvetii, episode 26 on the dot. Excuse me for 1 second. I turned off my microphone, but it was still showing the levels after I sneezed. Maybe that's an issue with my audio interface. That is a whole nother issue I can worry about. I sneezed so bad that the ads turned off. Anyways. We are starting with our ones. We do know that one has to be up here or here, and down here or here. We know it's one of these three over here, and then these three over here. But we do know one has to be up here. Poor girl. Poor Aggie. She got scared and jumped out of my lap when I sneezed. But she has made her way back. And she's wondering where her cuddles are. So I am on borrowed time yet again. So let's try to quickly solve this puzzle. Cannot really solve much for the twos. We only have 2 3s so far, but we know 3 has to be there or there up in this top row. We can't really solve anything else with our 3s, so let's go to our 4s. Maybe the 4s will treat us a little bit better today. We do know, yes ma'am. Yes ma'am. We do know that this actually has to be our 4, which means 4 has to be there or there. And nothing really much else. Let's see if 5s will treat us right again. We do know 5 has to be here or here. We know 5 is up here in the top. We know 5 has to be one of these. Not much else. Not much else, unfortunately. Go to our 6s. We know 6 has to be here or here. You're okay, Aggie. Let Daddy cross his leg. There you go, okay? There you go, big girl. Okay. See, we just knew that the 6s have to be there, or yeah, it has to be here or here. And ain't much else we can do with that, unfortunately. Not much else we can do with that. I mean, we just know that 7 has to be up here. We also know that 3 has to be up here, so this other number, which is 9, has to be right here. But we will come back to that after we get a word from our sponsor. Just kidding, there is no sponsor. So we are going to not do that. Let's do the opposite of that, actually. So we do know that 1 and 8 and 3 and 7 are essentially solved. Up here, we just have to eventually find out where they will spend their final resting place. So we can go to our 9s. We do know 9 has to be down here or here. We know that 9 is here or here, which means 9 has to be over here. And anything else we can solve with our 9s at this point? Unfortunately, no. But we do know that 3 is here or here, and then what is that? 6 as well. So we have 1, 8. So this will be a 2 here, because there's a 2 blocking this, since we know that this is 1 and 8 and 3 and 6. And then we have our 3 here, 4, 5, 6. And then that'll be a 7, which means that's a 7. And nothing else we can really do with that 7. But our other one that we have over here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has to be a 5 or 6, which means that this is going to be a 2. Yeah, it has to be a 2 because the other one is a 3, which means 3 is over here. And nothing else we can really solve at this point. We do know that 1 in this way going through the column side. We know 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We know 7, which would be right there because 7 is right here. So we have our 1 that we can place right there, which means 1. Yes, ma'am. Agatha just put her paw on my arm and now she's meowing at me. Honey, you had a purr pop and a snack today. And we're not even going to say that you had a little go-gurt today. Poor girl. Oh, yes, you are. Okay. Well, when Daddy gets done, he'll give you some food. He'll get you some real catty food. Okay? Catty food. More like Caddyshack. Yuck, yuck. We know 4 has to be over here now. So that's blocked. Then what else are we missing? A 3? Honey. You're a little beggar. Okay. She doesn't want attention. She only wants snacks. But since we do know that 3 has to be here or here, based of our general scheming. That is the loudest I've heard you meow. Are you okay? I love you, Agatha. I'll get you some food in a second, sweetie. I don't know if the mic picked that up. Yeah, but we do know 1 is here. We do know that 6 is here. Agatha. Baby girl. Okay, let's get you some food, sweetie. You're stuck in my shirt. Agatha, I will be right back. I apologize. Come on, come on, Agatha. Agatha. Come on, let's get you some real food, sweetie. Come on. Agatha. Real food. Gotta eat your real food. Good girlie. Yes, ma'am. Okay, I think I have soothed this savage beast for right now. I mean, I understand if she was hungry. I mean, they still have food in their bowl. But she really wanted food. She's eating the food, so she is happy for right now. I think I'm going to survive the night. But anyways, we know that this has to be a 1 or a 6. Or it could be a 1 or a 6. And then what else are we missing here? Missing a 7, correct? Yes. This could be a 1. That could be a 7. That could be a 7. Oh boy. Oh, this has to actually be 7. Silly babilly. So this would be a 1 and a 6. A 1 or a 6. And then this is a 3 or a 6, which means that the rest of these cannot be a 6. So I believe this will end up being 6. My sources trust me, bro. But we will come back to it. But I'm pretty sure this will end up being 6. But let us try to solve and make sure. I mean, you know, this could be a 3 technically. Where are we missing? 3, 5, and 6. So this is actually 3 and 6, which means this is 5. And it has to be 5, which means that 5 is over here. Anything else? Anything else? We know 6 has to be here or here, which means 6 cannot be here. Because, you know, it's only two possible situations. Because if this is a 3, this has to be 6. This is, if this is a 3, that has to be 6. Yada, yada, yada. Or, you know, if this is a 3, this has to be a 1. A 6. Golly, I'm falling off the bridge. I'm under the bridge of time right now. Oh, we know 1 has to be here or here. Let's see, let's see. We do know that 2 actually has to be here. So this is technically could be 1, 3, or 6. I'm pretty sure. But okay, but I'm pretty sure, you know, this is 2, this is 2, which means this is 2. So we have solved a bunch of that stuff, which this is going to be 4 because this will be 7 down here, which means that's a 7, which is all of our 7s, and then our 4 has to be here. Let's see. 5s, anything you can do for me? 5. That is a negative, other than showing that 3 could also be there. Let's go back to 6s. Let's go check on our 6s. Nothing much we can extrapolate, honestly. It has to be 1 or 6. This is 1, 5. 3 cannot be over here, which means this has to actually be 3. So this has to be our 8. That's an 8. Can that be a 6 technically? Yes? Question mark? I believe so. Let's check out our 8s real quick. We know 8 has to be up there. We know 8 is one of these. We know 8 actually just has to be here, which means that's a 5. That's a 6, 5. 1, 6, 3, 1, 1, 8, 8, 6, 3, 6. Falling apart here. Yep, it was a 6. I was right. That's awesome. I just had the foresight. Not the forceps, not to be confused with those tools. Oh, something is wacky ducky. Let's go back for a little bit. Let's rewind time. Okay. So I mean, this has to be 1. Naturally. It's a 6. Which means this is 6, this is 6, this is 6, this is 6. It's still blocking. So something a little bit further back is wrong. It's okay to rewind. It is okay to take a step back. This could be 6 or an 8. And this is 3 or 8. 3, 6, 8. Okay. And this has to be, this is 5 or 9. But we can't prove that just yet. So let's ignore that fact. Or not a fact, let's ignore that correlation for right now, since it clearly is not working for us. We could have more stuff wrong, I'm pretty sure, but I kind of want to try to solve it just by myself real quick, and then we can see if we can learn more from it. I mean, the only thing we really know is that on this row, I keep bringing my eyes back to this row for some reason, maybe because it's the one that destroyed me and killed my confidence, but we will come back to it shortly. Not much we can still do there. I mean, we can mark that as a 5, why not? 6s, still not much on the 6 front here. The only thing we really know for a fact is it's up there. How about 7s? Part of me is feeling like a lot of these are going to be messed up. This has to be a 6 or an 8. Okay. Yeah, like I said, part of me is starting to believe that a lot of these are messed up, and it's going to be funny to just have to click on it when I hit a check and it's all wrong, and then I just have to basically undo the entire puzzle. But that is part of the learning process. Messing up is part of the learning process. I mean, the only thing we know for a fact is this has to be a 5 or 9. Or this definitely has to be 9. We don't know if it's 5 or not. We know 5 has to be down here, but we cannot verify that it is there. We just know that this could be a 3 or an 8. This could also be a 3 or an 8. I think it'll be a 3 or 6 and 8. So we know that 6 has to be here or here. That is really about all we know. Yeah, 3838 5959. Let's see. 3s? Anything with a 3s? No. We know 3 can't be over here. 3 could technically be over here as well. We're kind of trying to shortchange it. We just know 3 is over here. But 3 could technically be in either one of these right here, so we won't make any definitive judgments. 5s, save me. 5. I mean, this could be a 6 or an 8, technically. We just know this one for a fact. Actually, it could be a 6 or an 8. Yep. Let's see. Don't hurt me too bad. Okay. Everything is good. I was just messing up at the end. Was I messing up at the end? The world may never know. Okay, or was I like stopping it too quickly? I don't even know what I was doing wrong anymore. Okay. I mean, this could technically be 6. So we'll just mark it. But I'm pretty sure, 6 is over here. But we can't say for sure. We can't be for certain. We do know this actually has to be 3. Because it's blocked here, blocked there. Yes, because this are blocked. This one's blocked by 3. So this has to be 3, which means this has to be 8. Which means this has to be 8. Which means this is an 8. Which means 8 is down here. And 8 is up here. Which means we're down to 3, 6 over here, which means this is a 3. This is a 6. So I was wrong earlier when I said that that was the 6. I was wrong for all the right reasons? Question mark? I don't think that's right. But anyways, there we go. We figured it out. We solved it. We just had a little extra gumption than we should have. And that's okay. That is absolutely okay to trust your gut, but the better thing is admitting that you're wrong if you do make a mistake, and then learn from it. And that's how you complete a puzzle in 19 minutes and 12 seconds. Anyways, I'm going to check on Agatha and make sure everything is fine, because she normally isn't that vocal. So I'm going to make sure that everything for her is taken care of, and maybe give her a little bit of a cuddle and an extra snack tonight. But maybe she's just being a baby and I'm being emotionally manipulated by my cat. Anyways, we will see you tomorrow, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.